Hello, my name is Scott Campbell. The course number is EET238-940, Digital System Fundamentals. This is experiment 6, multiplexer design and application. The objective of this experiment is to design, construct, and implement a multiplex circuit using the CD4051 chip. Alright, so for the construction, let's see if we can get the focus. So we have the 45051 multiplex chip. Also over here we have the 74LS04 NOT gate chip, which I'm not 100% sure if we're supposed to be using or not. I'll get back to that later. Right now I'm just going to show this one. Right now I had to add pull down resistors, pulling these down to ground because I was getting some weird readings from my selection input without those there. The third one doesn't, or that third resistor doesn't need to be there at the moment, just because, I just put it in there and is making it because I was having a lot of issues with the circuit. Right now I just have all of the input wires as shown on the schematic given in the lab. I have all of those pulled up to 5 volts. I was very uncertain as to what the goal really was with the lab. I emailed Patrick and he said basically that how I had it set up was correct. Still not 100% sure on that, but right now I'll show the functionality of the circuit later, but not a whole lot of stuff going on, just a bunch of jumper wires, the pull down resistors on the selection inputs, the output LED. For this design I had the LED in there, but I found the LED was really dim, so I ended up not running an LED for this portion. This is the 8x1, this is the 4x1, so I just have them kind of both on the same board, but I only had one chip, so yeah. So I'm going to try to chop this video up a little bit to make it shorter, but right now we have both of these select wires unplugged, so they're just being pulled down to ground, which means we are selecting pin number 13, which should be Y0 or channel 0. I verified that by pulling that out. So just ran into a problem trying to explain this. The diagram given for the lab, this one, is way different than the diagram that the manufacturer gives, which is this one. All the channels are switched as well as all of the selection inputs. So I'm gonna probably screw up explaining which ones are which during this, but that's why these are different. I have no idea why that change was made. It was very confusing and made the lab difficult when, it shouldn't have been. But so right now I still have that pin 13 unplugged, and then with this one connected, which should be S1 by the diagram given, that would be selecting that channel, which is channel input 1 on the diagram given. Excited. So there we have S0 and S1 both connected, which would be selecting input 3, which, as you see, when I unplug, loses power, and if I unplug this guy, we will go to input 2, should be that guy, there we go. Okay, so for the 8-pin or the 8x1 multiplex, I'm using the factory or the manufacturer's pinout. That's not on the manufacturer's website, but it's the same. So same thing, had to use the pull down resistors. I can select any of the channels via the 3 input wires. I don't have the NOT gate wired in right now, which by my diagram I should use. I messaged Patrick about this, and I told him that I have all of my input gates, which on here are going to be all the Ys, everything with the Y in it is going to 5 volts. I don't know, that didn't seem right to me based on my diagram, but that's what Patrick said was up. So I'm running out of time. All 3 of the input wires or selection wires are going to 5 volts, which means I'm on pin number 7 or input 7, which if you can see there, input 7, and I unplug and light